butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
A reading rainbow. Does anyone remember those jets at the end there? Those completely skipped my mind. But anyway, let's go high in the sky. Right here, could you imagine living and working 250 miles above Earth? Oh, the scientist who designed Skylab and Space Station did. See our space station concepts from years of working with NASA to make the future a reality. Wow, I wonder how many Skylabs are up there. I wonder what kind of dangerous human off-world experiments they're doing in those Skylabs. I wonder if anyone even knows that there's Skylabs up there besides just like the International Space Station. Just think about how many labs are up there. Oh, and look at these nifty little advanced autonomous systems.
It's a great honor to keep Boeing's carrier-based history alive with the MQ-25 Stingray.
We're ready for the mission. We're ready to do tanking. We're ready to meet the customer's needs for the MQ-25.
Autonomous flight is ready. Carrier landings are ready. We are ready to fly.
We are obligated and committed to see that our customer, the Navy, is provided with the best capabilities.
We're ready for this mission.
We're ready.
We are ready for the U.S. Navy.
Oh wow, who remembers that movie? And notice how all those people, there's not a single military uniform there. Notice how it's all these civilians, the one that are controlling these drones. Now just imagine when they put those weapon systems on those drones and they just have those civilians start gunning everyone down. See, they're completely phasing out the military altogether. Why? They're going full gizmos and gadgets. You can see right there, just like how Jeff Bezos made the largest political donation so far this election cycle to a political action committee that wants to help veterans get elected to Congress. Oh, who's been warning you about that leftist plan to start using veterans to undermine our nation under the guise of the military, under that false idol that they make everybody worship? So, isn't it truly incredible how everything, like it says right here, is just unraveling before your very eyes? And more evidence for them to just throw on top of that 25th Amendment. Notice how they're really springing up that 25th Amendment talk. Notice how all those books and stuff like that, they're just documenting the craziness supposedly and everything. Oh, the false reality is just bleeding. It's just seeping into the minds of those who are just too weak to comprehend. Beyond incredible. And, you know, I was going to make an emergency video earlier, but Alex already got it. This is an old trick as well. This is an old troll trick. All you do is get a bunch of people to write like one paragraph each in a big composite. That way you can never piece it together. And everyone just wastes time debating and arguing about who wrote it and what's going on with it or whatever. Like, give me a break. We all know what it is. It's the cabal. It's the ancient entity that wrote it. It doesn't matter if it was one or whatever. You know, they speak as a whole. You know, it's the voice of the demon that speaks. You know, they are the thousand. They are legion. You know, when it speaks, we are legion. And then, look at this, the sleeper cells have awoken. Sleeper cells. Unbelievable that this article title even exists, man. When I saw, I can't believe that no one else was talking about this. They're too distracted about that last article to notice this awesome sleeper cell article. Is this what Alex was talking about when he was hitting about all the crazy information that he's going to break down tomorrow? Is he talking about all the sleeper cells of the government and everything? Truly incredible. And then did anybody know that right here, Turkey, Russia, and Iran meet in Tehran? Unbelievable. And then Britain was trying. Oh my gosh. And then the EU getting in bed with Iran. All the people. Look at this. Look at this. It's truly incredible how everything's shaping up right here. Just like, did anybody know? Analysts say the deal could result in the U.S. transfer of high-tech equipment such as the Sea Guardian armed surveillance drones to India. Oh, that's interesting. You know why they're doing that? You know why Pompeo went in there to get all that drone surveillance technology over there in India? I made this video before. But I'm going to remind you, just in case you forgot. Yes, but India made the silly decision of letting China build ports down in their southern. Not only are they exposed on their northern front, they just gave them complete access to their southern front. Now they put themselves in a pincer. They self-pincered themselves. Are you insane? Like, look at that. How dumb are you? And China blatantly says they want to invade everyone, and just India gave them the keys. That's why America's there with those surveillance drones, because they need to know what's going on before everything goes off. Oh yeah, look right here. While the meeting will come days after inauguration of construction work for a Chinese-funded expansion of the international airport, air and sea. More worrying for India are reports that the Maldives could allow China to build a port in the southern part of the country in Lamu Atoll, directly impinging India's interests in the Indian Ocean region. It's truly incredible. But yes, this is the main show. But yes, that's the whole 2050 warning, the enslavement, the apocalypse, the pushing towards the second coming, the mark of the beast, the Antichrist, everything. But let us continue. Let us set forth a strange situation, since there seems to be a strange misunderstanding right now. So I'm gonna let's correct the record, as Brian Stelter would say. I'm on reliable sources, and I'm gonna correct the record. But anyway, so yes, I asked Owen for an interview. I said, I want an interview with you, but my program is different. But anyway, it's pretty simple. I just want to ask you a few questions, and you type the replies. Pretty easy, like 5 questions. I'm old school and believe writing shows more of the human soul than talking. So, I just blatantly asked him a good, simple question. He was a good guy. He responded. He said he wanted to set it up. Look. Let's set it up. And then I was like, big gang, since they are questions, whenever you have the free time to answer them, that's A-okay with me. And then when I saw this, I realized that Owen didn't even read my original post, and I already knew things were probably going to go sour from here. But anyway, let's continue. It says that I just have questions I want to ask you. And if you want, you can respond. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But my YouTube channel is about reading and information. I was just going to ask you a few questions and post the screenshots to my channel. And people can read and decide for themselves without the influence of anything. That's all. But somehow, things get lost in translation. I can understand people get busy and stuff like that. And I'm not, I wasn't, don't worry, you'll see at the end or anything. But, I'm a pretty chill and relaxed person. I'm not like all the other crazy individuals you've probably met in your entire life. I'm probably one of the most down-to-earth people, but, some of us just get a little frustrated when we're waiting. It's perfectly understandable. But he says that he's doing phone or Skype. He's perfectly honest with me. He lets me know that he's only doing phone or Skype. Sweet, bro. I tell him, thanks for the response and offer. But that doesn't exactly work for my program, as I try to be unique and bring real enlightenment, not all the fake stuff on TV. They say the eyes are a gateway to the soul, but I believe writing is more so the window. Plus the fact no one reads anymore, seriously, is problem. I forgot to say is the problem, but it's all that mental stuff when you're typing and writing in your head. Is the problem. But, well, you know what I mean. Thanks for the offer and response, more than anyone else would have done, honestly. I was pretty okay with it, even though he didn't want to do it. And then he said that he would answer one question. One As you can see right there on 8/16/18 at 3:30 p.m., he said he would answer one question. So I answered the toughest question that I had on the list out of the list of 5 that I wrote down. But anyway, the one that I wanted to ask him was, since you leave me with the one question, I'll ask the toughest one. What is, in your best explanation, on why conservatives and Republicans can never be truthful about who they really are? Like, for example, they do not even realize they suffer from the same illness, disease, whatever you want to call it, that liberals suffer from. But they just call it something else. You know, Alex witnessed that on full display right there. Just the other day, right there, when he went to Washington, D.C., he just saw them in their own reality. And I said, what is the best explanation for this? You know, even with the current, I gave him a few examples or whatever. But anyway, I said, I'm also not expecting an answer right away either. I'm looking for something real. And then I sent him another reply, because, you know, I'm not just going to, like, pester him or whatever the entire time. I understand these people are busy. But anyway, I say that, you know, because during the show, he did that Q episode. You remember when he did the Q episode, you know, and was like, who's Q, and blah, blah, blah. Can you try? I already just sent him the message to know, like, I'm still alive, you know, and I was waiting on the question still. You know, it was about, you know, I think a few days. Yes, let's see, it's 8:30:18 at this point, yeah, and so I let him know that, you know, everyone's falling for a Death Note stop, and I was wondering if you've been thinking about this question at all, or if you've just forgot about it. And then, you know, a few days later, I sent another reply because I was getting a little impatient. I wasn't being like, you know, insulting to him or whatever, you know, like, that's not really the type of person I wanted to be. But if I, like, really wanted to insult you, like, I could insult you, but this is pretty light. I just say, like, you say you're one of us and so on, but I still haven't got an answer to my question, or if you're just going to ignore it so I can stop wondering if you're going to answer it. And if you don't want to do that one, you can just tell me who won the reporter contest, since I haven't seen or heard anything about that since then. Yep, you know, it's not really an insult to you. It's more like an insult to me, because I just gave up on waiting, like, the whole entire time. Honestly. Because, you know, at that point, it was about 21 days at this point when I was just waiting for the answer for one question. It's not like we scheduled an interview or anything. But anyway, he says right here, he says, sir, even though I'm like 1 year younger than him, you know, I mean, like, come on, bro. Sir, I'm flooded with hundreds of messages, gave more than 20 interviews, almost all amateurs. I don't take kindly to you insulting me. Not a good way to ever get the interview. God bless. But, you know, he didn't even, like, read what I said before, because I wasn't even asking for an interview. I was just looking for the answer to that one question. And, you know, I waited 20 days. And it wasn't even about an interview. It was just about a question. I think that's pretty patient. 20 days for the answer of one question. I mean, without even bothering or anything. I I don't know. I don't see how that's insulting or anything. But, you know, I say, I'm not insulting you. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just asking a question. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm sorry if it came off that way, but that's not my intention. I understand you're busy. But it was just because... No, it says, I know you're busy, but I was just becoming impatient is all. Are we good? But yeah, so, like, hopefully this whole misunderstanding, there's no beef or anything. I just wanted to know. Like I said, I just gave up on waiting on just the answer to that question. So hopefully everything's okay. There's no beef or anything. And, you know, hopefully you could at least reply that we're okay or something.
He looks all right to me.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe to all content at Quick Thought Channel, Real.video. Don't forget to go to InfoWarsStore.com, HealthRangerStore.com to try that delicious bee pollen.